So, what's the if you could change one thing that most developed nations or even developing nations do right now that's going to have a big impact? Is there one big thing that you could, if you got it nailed for a start, what would that be?
Oh, look, I get asked this a lot. I don't think there's one thing. I mean, the overarching thing is we need to shift our system, and we need to probably transition to something on the way. But I think it's a much longer term project. Is that we, for various reasons, we've built a system largely based on extraction and domination. And we're reaching the limits of that capacity in terms of what we're doing with our natural resources. We're seeing the social fabric start to break down in a lot of areas, the income inequality, the racial injustice. We're just getting feedback everywhere to say that this isn't sustainable. So I think to really start talking about what the new system looks like, what are the key metaphors of that new story, what's the underlying architecture, how do we move away from domination and sort of extraction to something that's more interconnected and inclusive and symbiotic. It's certainly not utopian and not perfect, but I think, and there's already examples of that happening around the world, but we need to start incentivizing different behavior, because at the moment we're incentivizing people that have sociopathic tendencies, very little compassion. They win the game and they get to the top and they accrue all the wealth, and then they get to set the rules of the game, and then that trickles down and affects everyone. So that's very different to if you look at sort of anthropology of some of our early hunter-gatherer tribes, where that person with those sociopathic traits was ostracized, ridiculed, sometimes even killed and removed from the group, because they knew that would be destructive for the collective. Yet we've created a system that rewards that person and often makes them the leader of a country or the leader of an organisation. And that's just not sustainable in terms of our own planet and our own societal health.